EduTerex is a school management system that assists schools in managing their academic and administrative activities. It's highly customizable to fit into the existing model of your school. This is all the features it offers, and I'm going to use a school to showcase the all the features of EduTerex. So I've created a dummy school called Reality Model College using EduTerex, and each school will have a unique URL to their dashboard. For example, Reality Model College URL is realitymodelcollege.eduterex.com.ng. So after a successful login and staff enrollment, each staff and school member will have a unique staff ID or student ID and the password as well. So I'm going to log in with my staff ID and the password. Okay, yeah, so this is what the dashboard looks like. It's up to you, like, have an overview of what's going on in your school. So currently this school have about 22 students, 7 teachers, 2 admins and 1 staff manager. And this is the chart that showcases the students ratio in terms of gender. So this school have 13 male students and 9 male students, the entire school. And you can also check for the one for each class, primary 1, 2, and so on. And yeah, mind you, the classes, I created only 5 classes for this particular school. So in your case, you can create as many school as you, as many classes as you want, rather. So you can create from crèche to SS3 is possible. So I only created just 5 classes in this school. Then this is the attendance manager here. It shows a chart of the attendance analysis for the entire school, and in terms of weeks. For week 1, every student will present, and you can also check for each class for primary 1, primary 2, and so on. Then this, it shows the fee inflow for this particular term. So currently no payment has been recorded for any of the students for this particular term. And this is the total financial summary. So far, 690,000 have been received. There are 9,375 waivers, outstanding fee of 3 million naira plus, and expected fee of 4 million naira plus. So I'll later in the video I will explain how we're having fees here, and the fee inflow is not showing any charts. So you can click on that hamburger, then we'll get all this to navigate to all these tabs. Then this is the dashboard, and currently this school is running 2024-25 academic section, third term. So the next part is the academic section. So this is where schools manage their academic sections and terms. So currently I only have just one academic section, which is 2024-2025, which is active. Then under 2024-2025 section, I have first term, second term, and third term, which I'm currently on. Then okay, so let's navigate to the registration tab. So this is where schools admin enroll staffs and students. So if you want to add your students, you click on this add button, fill in their details, and click on add. You can add up to 5 students at a time. Then click on the upload data. Then if you also want to enroll staff as well, you need to click on register staff, click on add staff, fill in their details and their profile picture, then click on add. You can also add up to 5 staffs, then click on upload data. It's going to register all those staffs. Then let's proceed to the staff manager. So this is where you get the list of all the staffs in your school, their names, staff ID, their email, gender, their role, currently you can assign just three roles, which are the admin role, the teacher role, and the account manager role. And there's also the staff part. This staff means that that particular staff is active, and it means that they can access their dashboard. Then the class here means that the classes that are being assigned to each of the staff. So Yusuf Michael, for instance, now have access to, it has been assigned to all the classes from primary 1 to primary 5. And for Rotimi Iyano now, okay, you also have access to primary 1 to 5. But if you look at Olatinshu Sarah here, she only have access to primary 3 only. So this is where you manage the roles. And also you can also carry out more advanced settings by clicking on this eye icon here, for example. So this is where you assign class roles and subject roles. Of course, there are some teachers that they only take mathematics, for instance, for probably all the classes, and you don't want those kind of teachers to have access to other subjects. You can come here, you can change the teacher's role there. If you want to change that particular staff to an admin or a teacher or an accounts manager, you can do that here. And for the classes also, I can assign primary 1 to this particular teacher, and if I don't want this particular teacher to have access to the computer science subject, I can uncheck it, then click on submit. It makes that update. So it means that this particular teacher won't have access to computer studies for primary 1, but is going to have access to all the remaining subjects. And that's all for, okay, and you can also search for staff by their staff ID, full name, and the likes. And let's proceed to the student manager here. So the student manager are good in their classes for primary 1. So let's visit primary 1. So these are the students in primary 1, their details and everything: name, first name, last name, middle name, staff ID, and the likes. And you can click on this action to edit their details and also set their assigned subject. Of course, there's some students, let's say for example, now we have Yoruba language and Igbo language. It's not all the students that will offer both languages. That means a Yoruba student, you have to go for Yoruba here. So in that case, you can uncheck the subject that doesn't align with that particular child and click on update. So it means that this particular child doesn't offer ICT. So now let's proceed to the same thing. Also applies to other classes as well. And okay, so let's proceed to the attendance manual. So EduTerex also offers a digital attendance system where you mark attendance online. So this is how the attendance works. So currently, like I said earlier, we are operating towards so we are not yet in May yet. So that's why I can't make any effect on this attendance, though everything I checked already here. So but this is how it works. If Ibrahim Fikayo is present, we check it. If Mary Sarah is absent, we leave the box unchecked. Then after doing that for all the students, we click on submit attendance, and the attendance are grouped in days. Yes, the attendance are grouped in days. So that's it. So let's proceed to results manager. Now the results are grouped in their respective classes as well. And let's say for primary 1 now, we just need to click on primary 1, and the results sheets are grouped in subjects. So this is for mathematics. So here the teacher needs to input the scores for mathematics, their CA score, their test score, their exam score. For CA, now this CA is 0 here. It means that this particular school, they don't do CA, they only use their test and exam. So the CA field can be blank. Then after filling all this field for primary 1, I mean, for mathematics, you can proceed to the next subject, which is English. Then fill in their scores. Let's say this particular child got 30 in tests, and let's say 60 in exam. This person got 15, and let's say 55 in exam, and so on. After doing all these things, or after filling all this feed for this particular subject, you can just click on submit attendance. It marks the attendance. And it's attendance marked successfully. So, and after doing all this for all the classes, we can now go back to, okay, Prem 3 also have the same, follows the same format as well. Then after doing this all for all the classes, and you want to get your results, the system automatically generates a beautiful result for each student in classes. Now this is for Prem 1 students here. So this is what the results looks like. It's downloadable, so it carries the student details, the subject and the respective scores and the remark, and also it also offers where teachers can make comments at the top here. So the teacher just need to click on this drop down, select the student, and what comments. Excellent. Yes, excellent results. Then after that, then we click on comment. Now if I should scroll down to Messi Sarah, okay, this is Messi Sarah here. Can you see the class teacher's comments is there already? Excellent results, and it shows the number of the attendance rate. So after making sure all the results fees are correct and everything is intact, you can just click on the download button. It's going to download a PDF copy of this result. So okay, download again, and this is what the result looks like. Now this is what the result looks like in PDF form, and it's automatically signed and stamped, signed with the head of school's signature, and this is what it looks like. And mind, it's like I said, it's highly customizable. If this color doesn't fit into your school, there's a way you can change it to the color that fits into your school. So let's go back to EduTerex. And also there's this approve button. This approve button means, let me make mention, EduTerex offers 3 types of dashboard. There is the admin dashboard, there's the teacher's dashboard, and the student dashboard. Now students also have their own dashboard where they can have access to their results. Now if this result has not been approved, the students won't have access to their result. It is until the result has been approved by the school, that is when the students will have access to their results on their dashboard. Now let's proceed to, okay, there's a chart at the top here that shows the pass mark in terms of percentage. So currently this school uses 70% as their pass mark, so it means that every child has to meet up with that 70% pass mark to be regarded as pass, else they will be regarded as failed students. So let's proceed to the virtual classroom. Now this is how a virtual classroom looks like. Let's go to the virtual classroom section. So let me navigate to, I've created 2 more classes. So let's go to GSS1. So this is what the virtual classroom looks like. Let me delete this and start it again all over. So this is where you're going to get at first. So what on this virtual classroom, we have the classroom, we have the assignments. The classroom is where the teacher manages the scheme of work and lesson materials, the assignments, question bank, and also the smart questionnaire. So basically, and you have this for GSS1 for each subject. So there will be for the classroom, for instance, there will be a scheme of work for business studies, a scheme of work for civic education, and so on. So let's go to business studies. Basic science. Yeah, so what I need to do here now is to create a lesson plan. Lesson plan contains the scheme of work for this particular term and for this subject and this class. So in this third term, because I'm operating on third term, there are 12 weeks. So I need to create the scheme of work for week 1. So for week 1, I need to input the scheme title. So let's say environmental pollution, and we need to give it a scheme of work. Let's say environmental pollution 1, and we need to give it a scheme description. So I'll just use this dummy one. Let's say environmental scheme of work description. Then just click on add. After adding, we need to update so that it's stored on the database. So after that, we can now click on this. So when you click on the scheme, it is going to bring you here where you have a list of the lesson notes you've added. So you get all the list of materials you've added here already. And if you look at presently, there are no lesson notes here. So basically, here schools can decide to add their own lesson notes and also decide to use EduTerex lesson notes. So if a school wants to add a lesson notes, the lesson notes can be in different file formats like Word document, PDF, PowerPoint, and even videos. It even includes YouTube videos as well. So let's assume I want to upload my own material now. Let's say the school wants to upload this material. If you look at this stop here, there's this buttons there. There's one with up arrow and the one with an arrow facing down. So if you want to upload the material from your device, you just need to click on the up arrow. Then it's going to ask you to whether you want to upload the material from your device or you want to insert a file. Let's assume the file you want to, let me use a YouTube video for instance. Now let's assume you created a YouTube video for your students and you want to add a video to this lesson notes section. You just need to click on insert link, then provide it and click on update. But for the file, if you want to upload your file, you just need to click on the upload from device, then click on select file. So you just need to select the file on your mobile device and upload. Okay, so let me select let's say a dummy lesson notes on my phone. So let's just want to upload this. You just need to select the file and click on upload here. Okay, still processing. Okay, so you can see here, lesson created successfully. Now this lesson notes can be viewed, can also be downloaded by the student as well. Okay, and aside that, this is and it can also be downloaded as well by the students, and I can also delete it. Find it successfully. So, and like I said, you can also make use of EduTerex lesson materials. So if you want to make use of EduTerex lesson material, so now what you just need to do is that we've created all the materials for each topic. So what you just need to do is to select the materials that best fits the topic you want to treat. For example, environmental pollution 1. So what I just need to do is to click on the other button with the downward arrow, and I'll get this model saying I should import lesson notes. So and first of all, I need to select the subject. I'm currently on basic science. Then I also need to select the section of lesson notes I want to import. So let's say junior secondary section. Then I'll just click on fetch lesson notes. So these are the available lesson notes for GSS 1. So I just need to select the lesson material that best fits my scheme of work. Remember, we created a scheme of work for environmental pollution one. So there are five types. They are of the same content, but there's one in PDF and there's one in Word document. So I just need to select these two, then click on import and lesson notes. Lesson notes imported successfully. Now you can see the lesson notes here. So your students will also have access to this, and also you can also view the lesson notes. I guess due to the poor network, I'm having this issue here generating, but it's going to preview the link, lesson notes link. So aside this, now whenever you import a lesson note, we already have a question already for each lesson. Now, if you should go to the question bank section now, you will get a list of questions regarding those lesson notes, both MCQ type questions, close type questions, and theory type questions. You get them here, and that's for the classroom section. Now let's go to the assignment section. This is where the teacher gives assignments, create assignment for the students for this particular class and this subject. Now we can create, okay, let's click on the create assignment. Now, so we need to give the assignment a title, the class, subjects, and the type of assignment you want to give, whether it's an MCQ assignment, close assignment, or theory. So for MCQ here, and you need to select the mode of assignment, whether you want the assignment to be attempted using CBT or file upload. This file upload means that it's something that they can solve in a sheet of paper, snap, and then upload to and then upload. So then we're going to select the due date, the due time, and so on. Then we click on next, select the question. I select the MCQ here, so of course I'll only get MCQ questions here. You need to select the questions, then click on next. Then we need to just confirm that we selected the right question, then click on create assignment. We'll get something like this, and let us click on this to view. Now on the teacher side, when we click on the assignment, you get the list of submissions made by students. Now from only 2 students made submission, Mercy Sarah and Chom Kazim. Now let us click on this down. I want to view what their submission. So now this is the submission made by Mary Sarah, and it marks the assignment, and only CBT and close assignment are automatically marked. Theory assignment has to be manually marked by the teacher. So it marks this particular child field this. It has this field sign, and it also shows the score for each of these students. The same thing also applies here, and that's all for the assignment. Now for the question bank, this is where schools can create and save their questions. Now, and questions can be generated from a material, and it can also be inputted manually by clicking on this create question. Select the type of question you want to create, the question. If the question supports an image, you add the image, and you also need to add the options. Now this is for MCQ, of course. It's a multiple choice question, so you need to enter all the multiple options here, and then you need to select the correct answer. Let's say, for example, you can just say, what is the color of the Nigerian flag? What is the color of the Nigerian flag? Okay, let's just say anything. And for this option, let's say we have option A to be this, option B to be this, option C, the third option should be this, and the fourth option should be this. Now you also need to select the correct answer among these four. So if this is the correct answer, you select it, and you also need to assign a mark for that question, whether it carries 1 mark or 2 marks. You need to assign it. Then you click on add question. It's add a question. Then you need to click on save changes to make effect on that subject. Now that's all for the question bank. Now let's go to the smart questionnaire here. Now under this smart questionnaire, this helps teachers to read through their lesson notes and extract questions for teachers. So teachers don't have to start worrying about reading their lesson notes before they start extracting questions, exam questions per se. Now, what this one offers is that you just need to select the lesson material which you want to extract question from, the type of question you want to extract, whether MCQ, close, and theory. Then you just need to click on the generate question. This automatically generates questions for you from that particular lesson material. Okay, so it has helped us to generate questions from that particular material. So as you can see, so what you just need to do is to click on the question, save to question bank. So it helps save that questions to the question bank. And then that's all for the virtual classroom. So the CBT quiz is currently working on that, and you have this exam manager here. So this actually helps schools to prepare their exam questions, whereby schools without a laptop, schools can actually create their exam questions by coming to this tab, select the class, the subject, the colon title. These ones are basic, they're just preferences. Then the duration, whether 2 hours, the exam dates, let's say 30th of April, and what else. Then we also need to, you can create, just like how exam questions do have objective section, theory question, and each of them do have instructions. We need to provide the instructions here. Now for our theory questions, MCQ questions, just like objective, we can just say answer all questions. Then we won't be adding close questions, but for theory questions you can just say answer any four. Then after this you just need to click on next. Then this part here, we need to select the questions for each of the question section. Now for MCQ, we need to add this. Okay, let me just add up to just 4. Then for theory, let me add another 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, let me add one more, 5. Then since we didn't add, we don't want close questions, just these 2 only, then we click on next. Now it helps you to prepare downloadable exam questions that suits what you've selected, your preferences. Then just need to click on open, or probably click on the download button. So it's going to download your exam question. So this is what it looks like. So if you have up to 20 questions, everything will be listed here. The theory questions are here. So it also carries the school's details, and then you can also arrange all these things. Okay, let's try to tweak some things here. And we need to go back. And let us, if you want double colon, that means it's going to divide the page into 2. You can do that here by selecting double colon. Also, if you want the options to be stacked vertically, that means option A will be on one line, option B will be on the next line, option C will be on the next line. You can do this, and if you can also reduce the font size, that means probably you want to save paper space and so on. Let's go to click on next, and click on download. Then let's click on. So this is what it looks like based on our settings. So this helps schools to prepare the exam questions. Now that's for the exam manager. Then the next part here is the tuition manager here. Now this tuition manager helps schools to manage the school fee of every child in the school. So teachers don't need to worry about jotting everything in the paper on a book like that. School both can get lost, or but saving it here means that it's here for life. If anything happens to the record book, it won't affect what's on the cloud. So basically, all the students are listed here with their respective school bill, their student ID, their class, their school fee, total school fees, the amounts paid so far, their balance, their waivers like discounts, scholarship, and the likes are listed here. The last payment date, the status, whether they've cleared or they are yet to clear their fees. Now let's assume that okay, this person here, this person do maybe a kene, but how much is this person's school fee? 157,000 naira plus. Okay, this person have cleared all their bills. Let's go to the next person. That is Egbonloa Yusuf. So let's assume Egbonloa brought 100,000 naira for today. We just need to check Egbonloa, then click on record, then record that payment of 100,000 naira. Then we just need to click on submit. Now, before you click on submit, you can actually pay for the entire section by clicking on all, or you can pay for third term only. So anybody that pays for all means that the person has cleared first term bill, second term bill, and third term bill. So, but this person brought 100,000 and wants to make payment for third term only. Just need to enter that 1,000, then click on submit. It's going to record that amount. And okay, as you can see, payment account updated successfully. Now let us visit. Now to view more details on Egbonloa, you just need to click on this I button here. Then under this I button, you get the payment account summary of this particular student. So this first one here is the student bill in terms of term and session bill. So this is a term bill. Let's click on what the session bill looks like. So this is what the section bill looks like. Now for the entire section, now I'm only getting third term and second. We have first term, second term, and third term here. So first term and second term is showing 0, right? Because this Egbonloa Yusuf enrolled to Reality Model College in third term. So that's why, but this is what it looks like. And now this is what the school bill looks like, which can also be downloaded. You get a PDF copy of this person's school bill. This is what it looks like, signed and stamped, which can be sent to parents via WhatsApp or any other means of reaching out to the parents. So this is what the school bill looks like. And yeah, we have optional fees. Now optional bills are those bills that not all students have to pay for. For example, excursion, school bus. It's not every child that will go for excursion and use the school bus services. Now, let's say this particular child, the Egbonloa Yusuf, wants to make use of the school bus services. You just need to check that particular optional bill. Then, of course, there are some optional fees that differ in terms of per student. School bus, for instance, now based on the distance, you can edit it here. Let's say the flat rate school bus is 25,000, because of Egbonloa stays far away, perhaps she has to pay 35,000 instead. You can do that here. Then click on update bill. It's going to add the school bus bill into this Egbonloa school bill. As you can see, it has been added here already. School bus 35,000. Now the new school bill is 172,000 naira. You can also do the same thing for you. Now there are waivers as well. Probably there are some students that qualify for discount, maybe because they pay early or anything. But let us assume you want to give over 5% discount. Now, for instance, you just need to check this here and click on update bill. Now, if I should go back to the bill, the discount has been added here, discount of 5%, which accumulated to 8,625 naira. Now, the total payment is supposed to pay now is just 160,000 naira plus and that is how it works. Now, these optional fees and waivers here, they are not something. It is dynamic. You can set the one for your school. You can set as many waivers as you want. You can set as many optional fees as you want. But we set this during setting up a particular term, and we are still coming to that. Now, on the bottom here, we get the payment receipts for all the payment history of the child are being listed here. So Eponloa just made just one payment, and this is the receipt, which is that 100,000 naira I recorded before. So this receipt can also be downloaded as well. So let's click on this, and this is what the payment receipt looks like. It carries the details, payment dates, amount in words, the total bill, the amount paid so far, which is 108, the balance, which is 68,875 naira, signed and automatically stamped. So if the particular child made payment 100 times, that payment of that 100 times receipt rather, will be listed here. So that's for the tuition manager. And also you can also filter students based on, probably you want to know those that have paid finish. Now this is it. It listed those that have cleared their bill. And then outstanding means that okay, those that are yet to clear their bill are listed here. Oh, I meant to reload. And okay, it's still loading. Let's give it time. And also it also has this feature where you can notify parents who are still owing. So when you click on this and click on go, it sends email to parents who are still owing. And this also sends email to parents to notify them of the new term bill. And just click on go. So it sends an email notification to parents via email, and we are currently working on embedding SMS to the system. Of course, we know not all parents have access to email or probably use email. So we're integrating that as well. Now let's proceed to the account manager. So this is where the financial overview of what's going on in the school happens. So you get this one here. You get the financial summary of each class per term. Now for primary 1, for instance, now the first term, their receipt fees for 57,000 naira plus, waivers is 72,000 naira plus, expected fees 530,000 naira plus. So outstanding fee is 0. So it means that for primary 1 students are not owing anything. So now for primary 2, now for instance, this is for primary 2. For first term, you can also get the same thing for second term, get the same thing for third term. And this chart also shows the number of students that have made full payment, number of students that made part payment, and number of students that made no payment at all. So you get everything here per class, per term. Now you can also get the one for the entire term. Let us keep scrolling down. Okay, this is the account analysis per term here. So for first term, the total receipt fee is 2 million naira plus. Total waivers are 72,000 naira plus. The outstanding fee is just 47,000 naira plus. Then the expected fee is 2 million naira plus. That's for first term. This is fun. You also get this chart that shows okay, number of total students is 17, and then the number of students that made full payment is 12, part payment 5, and so on. That is for first term. Now this is for second term, this is for third term, this is for third term here. And this next section is the overall session account analysis. Now for this session 24-25, the overall receipt fee should be 4.5 million naira plus. Overall waiver is 145,000 naira. Overall outstanding fee is 4.9 million naira plus. Overall expected fee is 9.6 million naira plus. And you get this chart that showcases the fee inflow. That's for the account manager. Now let's view what's on the settings here. So this is what the settings looks like. Okay, you can actually edit your school's details, change the logo, the name, edit the address, but you can't change the mail. But you can't change every other things. Now, this is where you upload your school signature and the stamp. But before the signature, you just need to sign on a sheet of paper, remove the background and upload. Do the same thing for the stamp, and just click on update signature. It does that. Now, for the grading system, this is just a default grading system, so you can change it to anything your school uses. For example, if your school uses 0 to 29 as fail, you can make that changes here, and you can also delete. You can also add as well. But once you do all this, you just click on update gradings. It does all that. Now, this is the assessment maximum grading system. So for CA score, it's 0. For test score, 40. Exam score, 60. Now, if your school uses CA score, you can change. Maybe the CA score is 20. You can put the 20 here. The test score is over, let's say 20. Do that here. The exam score is over 60. You can do that. And the promotion pass mark, yeah, it is 70. Let's say your school uses let's say 40 for instance, or 50. You can do that here and just click on what update scores. It does also. It means that any student that surpasses 50% will be regarded as pass. Now, this is the class settings. Like I said, you will be the one to set the class, create the classes yourself, so you can name your class anything you want. Whether you want to name them year 1, primary 1, basic 1, or anything, you do that. Like, I can edit the name of this particular class, and this is where you assign subject to classes. Now, of course, not all subjects will it's not all the subject that a particular class will be offering, so you do that here. And this is where you create you update your class bill. Let's say school fees have increased for primary 1. You can edit that here, 120,000 naira, make that edited, and click on OK, and then click on update. After any update you make under the class settings here, you need to click on the update class to make that effect. So you assign subject here, you edit class bill, and this bill you are seeing here, they are compulsory bills. So optional bills are created whenever you are creating a new academic section or term. Now, this is the subject settings there. So this is where you create all the subject offered in your school form, the first class to the last class, and you can also edit then, or click on update subject to make that effect. Now, this is the result type section. Of course, we have two types of results. There's the one with cumulative score and the one without cumulative score. So, okay, let me just change this to, let me use the one for cumulative score and let us see what it looks like. So basically, this cumulative score column means that there are some schools that their third term results comprises of first term, second term, and third term. Then it shows the aggregate. Okay, let us go back to that result section here. And okay, as you can see, this is what, let me just download one so we can look at what it looks like. Okay, now as you can see, the column of this one has increased already. Now I have the test score, the exam score, total score, third term. Okay, this particular child is enrolled for third term only. So let's use another student's results. Let's use another student's results. Okay. I guess all the students are enrolled for third term only. So basically, it's add the column for first term, second term, and third term, then get the cumulative score over 400. That's like the average of those 3 terms. Now let us go back to the settings manager. Settings. So under this settings, okay, we've talked about this. the result type. Now for the, of course, I made mention that you can actually change the colors of those documents to fit into your school's color. Let's say your school uses yellow, for instance. Now you need to select two type of colors, the dark color and the light color. You can, so this one you need to select the dark color here, probably this, and you also need to select the light color here, yellow. Okay, let's probably select yellow. That's to be very light. Then click on update color. So this actually makes effect on those documents, receipts, result, and the likes. So that's all for the settings. Now this is the profile where you can change your password, edit your profile, and so this is what the subscription looks like. So basically, schools pay for what they use. So it's just like a pay as you go something. So basically, you just need to select all the features. All the features are listed here. So all you just need to do is to select the features that you want to use or that best fits to your school. Let's say for all this feature now. Okay, as I said earlier, we have two type of virtual classroom. There's a virtual classroom without lesson notes, and there's a virtual classroom with lesson notes. And each of these features have their prices here. So the virtual classroom without lesson notes is just 2,000 naira, and while the virtual classroom with lesson notes is 5,000 naira. And so all these features, including the virtual classroom with standard lesson notes and 50 members in the school, cost only 12,000 naira per month. So all the prices are listed here and the total. So let's say for example now, okay, for this is for 50 members. Now for that 50 members in 1 month is 12,000 naira. So you can go for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, even up to 12 months. Now let us look at 4 months. Now for 4 month subscription, that's a total of 48,000 naira. And if you are going for 6 months and above, you get 5% discount. So for 6 months, this accumulated to 72,000 naira. So but because of that 5% discount, you are only to pay 68,400. So you get 5% discount for going for 6 months and above. Now this is for 50 members. Let's assume, okay, in your school there are 80 members in your school. You just need to provide that 80 here. That member comprises of both all the staffs and the students in your school using the software. Now for 80 students now, for 80 members in the school now, you are going to pay a total of 13,500 per month. And let's change this to 100. So each school member costs 15 naira. So that's 15 naira times the number of members you enter. So this 50 times 100, that is 5,000 naira. So the total amount the school is to pay for 100 members is 14,500, and for 6 months that is 82,650 with that 5% discount. So let's put this back to a month. And like I said earlier, you only pay for what you use. Let's say for example now, you don't need the email service, you can remove it. You don't need financial dashboard, you can remove it. Now if you look at the ground total, it has reduced from 14,500 to 13,500. Let's assume, okay, you don't want you have your own lesson notes. You can just check that you have a lesson note. You can just check the virtual classroom without lesson notes. Then this means that you'll be the one to upload your lesson notes by yourself. So the total the grand total is 10,500 now. So this is how the subscription plan works. And once you're ready to pay, you just need to click on pay now. So you pay through Paystack. Yeah, so this is Paystack. So you can choose to pay with card, pay with transfer, pay with bank, pay with USSD, or so. So if you are paying with a card, you just need to click on pay with card, input your card details, and just pay what your bill is. So I guess that's all for the subscription part. To the academic section now. Let me click on create them. Here, this is where you input the name of your term, term start date, term end date. So you input your term start date, your term end date. Now this is where you create your optional bills here. Like I made mention, then you, let's say hostel, for instance. Now you add it here, the cost of hostel, let's say 25,000 naira, you add it here. So this is where you create your optional bills, and this is where you create your waivers as well. Let's say scholarship, you need to enter the percentage. Let's say 20% discount, 20% scholarship. You input it and click on submit. So it's create academic section with those optional bills. So this is all for EduTerex, and we're still working on adding advanced features to the software. So by third term, we'll be adding a standardized lesson materials for teachers, whereby teachers don't need to worry about adding of lesson notes to the worry about lesson notes anymore. Thank you. I want to log into the teacher's dashboard so we can see what's there. So like I said, every member will have their own staff ID. So for a staff, this is a staff's ID, and they need to enter their password. Then let's click on. Okay, so this is what the staff dashboard looks like. So staff only have access to the classes that they've been assigned to, and if you click on this side, you can see that what the tabs are limited here. So teachers don't have access to they don't have access to the tuition fee manager. They don't have access to some admin tabs. It's limited. So for the students, as you can see, I have primary 1 to 5 here, because this particular teacher has been assigned to primary 1 to 5. Now for primary 1 here, these are the students under primary 1. So a teacher can take the attendance of the student assigned, of the class assigned to that particular teacher. Then the result also for primary 1 now, this particular teacher can input the result for all these subjects. As you can see, ICT is not included here. Why? Because ICT wasn't added to the role of this particular teacher. And the teacher can also view the result, and a teacher can also make comment to the result. And yeah, that's it. So the virtual classroom also, a teacher can upload lesson material, edit, and do all those actions we carry out then on the admin dashboard. Then a teacher can also set up the exam questions as well, and the profile. So this is what the teacher get on their dashboard. Now let us try to log in into a student dashboard. So I'm going to log in with this particular student's dashboard, Trump Kazim. So let me log out, and okay, still loading. So we just need to click on student login at the bottom here. Then we need to provide the student's ID. So for Trump Kazim, this is the student's ID. Then his password is his last name in lowercase. Now this is what it looks like, and so this is what the student dashboard looks like. It carries their payments details, their total payable fee, their total paid fee, the balance. So it's obvious that this particular child has made no payment at all. And then these are the subjects that this particular child is offering are listed here as well. So let us go to, okay, and under these actions we have the school bill. So students can also view the school bill for any of the term, whether you want to get the school bill for all the session, first term, second term, or third term. Let's generate the one for third term. So now it should, okay, now that's done it already. So we need to view. So this, for this particular student, Trump Kazim, this is what the third term bill looks like. So this is what they are going to get. Now we can also get the one for second term as well. Okay, let's generate again. So we also get what the same thing for third term. Now we can also do the same thing for payment as well. So this is where we get the payment for each of the terms here. So if you want to get the payment history for the amount, the way they made payment, the amount, the way the payment was recorded, you can just click on generate payment history. So I'm getting no payment one because this particular child has made no payment at all. So we can get the one for first term, second term, and third term. Now this is the results section here. So let us generate the results for 2024-25 section, then third term. I should get to know, okay, I've approved this particular child result, so I can view it. So this is what the child is going to get on their side, the results. So as you can see, everything are listed here. So that's all. And what else? Okay, for the virtual classroom, so you'll have access to they only have access to the classroom and an assignment. So for this lesson plan, this is what they get. This is what they get. They are going to have access to the uploaded materials by the teacher, and also they can take they can view their assignments here. So this pattern should have submitted. So this particular assignment was missed. It was missed, so he didn't attempt this assignment. So what else? Okay, for this theory questions now. Okay, this was what was uploaded. So okay, so this is what the students have access to on their dashboard. Thank you.